Sarah Burris of Raw Story got her hands on the funniest video I've ever seen here. It's an Alabama preacher warning us about the evils of sex.
Sex has never been ordained by God. In fact, it was the first sin, Adam and Eve, and the serpent. And you see what happened to the serpent on that. But like I say, sex is the problem. If you don't mention sex, two men or two women can live together, share a place, have a place, and one can leave everything she got. Otherwise, they'll have a merge partner, they call it. They'll have all the rights, like, married people, that they call it marriage between a man, they'll have all the same thing. But if you don't mention sex, otherwise when they go home to their home and they may not have, and sex is not mentioned, they may not be no sex. We don't know. When you're not supposed to try to find out. That sex is between two consenting people of age, and that's where it's supposed to stay, right there. You're not supposed to go out and talk about it. It's the old song, Behind Closed Doors. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that. There was a song that called Behind Closed Doors. Well, then that's where the sex thing's supposed to stay between the two people. It's not supposed to be talked about. It's not supposed to be filmed. Sex is a very, and I say this to the young people, sex is a very dangerous thing. As dangerous can be as dangerous as cocaine or anything else. If you start young, say a young person, and get hooked on that, it'll paralyze your mind to where you won't learn very good like you ought to most time. Then it's going to create all kind of problems. Sex, I think, sex is the biggest, most reason all the homeless, abused children in the world is because of sex,
Oh, right. Oh, that's my favorite video ever. I just want to watch that video 8 more times. Just laugh and laugh and laugh. The way he says sex is even funny. It's not sex. Sex! The sex! Now let me tell you something about that right here. Sex leads to all the homelessness and abused kids in the world, don't you know? You know it's some bullshit when you gotta add like the exclamation mark at the end with that nonsense phrase. Like, all right, I know I'm bullshitting, so I gotta sell it. Sex leads to all the homelessness and abused kids in the world, don't you know? No, I don't know. Neither do you. You totally made that up. He says, sex has never been ordained by God. Okay, then why did God create us being able to fuck? And in fact, he created us, if there is a God, which I don't think there is, but, and then that's how we create more people. Like you, Mr. Alabama preacher dude, you exist because mommy and daddy fucked. All of us exist because mommy and daddy fucked. Sex never been ordained by God. Never been ordained by him. He don't like it none. Then why did he create us with that ability? And why did he make it so goddamn pleasurable? See, that doesn't make sense. Your position is irrational. Sex is the problem. It's not supposed to be talked about, not supposed to be filmed. Why? Why? It's always such arbitrary rules from fundamentalists where it's like, I just declare that's, when we talk about sex, that's immoral, but that has nothing to do with morality. And these are the same people who typically don't invoke actual morality where it makes sense. Like we've spoken about on the show before. When it comes to the Iraq War, most conservative Christians were for it. Invading a country that didn't attack us, killing minimum 200,000 civilians. Like, they're like, oh, that's totally moral. Torture. They defended torture. That's totally moral. Yeah, torture people. They don't fight for social safety net programs, which help poor people and make sure that they don't fucking go homeless and go hungry. They're like, I'm against that. Well, no, then you're immoral. This is where morality actually belongs. They're like, no, it doesn't belong there, but it belongs in conversation about sex. Sex is evil, and God don't like it when when you do a little piggly wink dance and have the sex and whatnot like that right there. Have the sex like that right there. Have it like that right there. Oh, what a child. He's such a child. But obviously, my favorite claim in the video was, all the homeless and abused kids in the world are from sex. Can we get PolitiFact on that? Is PolitiFact busy? You want to do a little bit of fact checking here?